Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. Welcome to day 23, I believe, of this series, and today we're gonna use the long-awaited Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. This is actually funny enough the palette that inspired this series, because I got this and then it was broken and then I had to send it back, but it took like 3 weeks before I got like this send back like label thingy from the company, and then I had to order it again because there was something wrong, and then it took like 6 weeks to get in because I also was like a week on holiday in between. So eventually I got this so late that I didn't really like feel the need to review it immediately because there were already like 100 videos about this. So I am going to use this now and tell you what I think of it. I have such white lips. So this is what the palette looks like. It's very beautiful, very grungy, and I really wanted to use it today because my Christmas clothes kind of contain this kind of color, so I thought, why not use it? I have already primed my eyelids, so I'm gonna kind of get the excess product off, and then I'm gonna get into my eyeshadow brushes. Let's put all the other brushes to the side because I can never find my brushes in my brush bag for that reason. Okay, let's start with this brush. See if there's any color left in there. I should really clean my brushes, you guys. I've been terrible with it lately. Like, I've been just using the same brushes over and over without cleaning them properly, which is absolutely gross. I'm fully aware of that. So let's use this brush because it's clean. And we're gonna start with the shade Paloma, which is a light cream shade, and I just want to set the base with that. Okay, this brush kind of can make shadows be a little bit powdery, but this is also a powdery shadow, I feel. However, I don't mind a powdery shadow. I'd rather have it be powdery and very pigmented and blendable and beautiful than it not being powdery and not being any of those. So I don't mind, but if you really mind, then be aware of that. Then I'm going to go into the shade Fleur. It's a little bit less powdery, and I'm going to blend that all across the eyes like that. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So this is kind of like a brown, peach leaning brown. Is that a good description? I feel like it is. It's a peach leaning brown. It's not like a true peach, but it's like a warmer toned, more reddish, peachish, warmish brown. That is that shade. Okay, I kind of am deciding, like, do I want to go like for the lily shade? Kind of like, do I want to go for this shade? Or more so for like the greens? I'm not sure. I think I want to go for the greens, but I also kind of want to use Peacock. Okay, first we're going to go into the shade Liberty, which is that green shade, and I'm just going to put that all over the lid and like blend it upwards. Looks kind of grayish. It's not that I mind necessarily, but I expected it to look a little bit more green, but it's more of like a army green gray shade on the lid. It's not bad though, like it's a good shade. I feel like it looks a little bit different in the pan than on the actual eyes. So let's put that all over the lid. And towards the crease and just blend that out. I think this is a really nice shade though. Like this, like now that I know what color it shows up as, I really enjoy it. I was just a little surprised in the beginning. I was like, what? Okay, and now I'm gonna go back into that Fleur shade, which is that peachy brown shade, and I'm just gonna go over that just to blend out kind of the edges. See that it brings a bit of the warmth back in the look. And then I'm kind of gonna clean this brush off a bit. And what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna go back into the shade Paloma, the light shade, and just lightly brush the edges a little bit more just to make sure that we have sort of a blend going on. Like that. I think that's nice. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, what are we gonna do? I want to use the shade Peacock, so I'm going to put on my glitter glue. And I'm gonna put that all over the lid. Also in the outer corner, because since I'm working with different like metallic shadows today, we need it everywhere. And now I'm gonna take the shade Peacock on my finger and just put it on the eyes. That's really pretty. It's a really pretty shade. It's very dark, but I kind of knew that. That's nothing new, but okay. I put it like everywhere on this eye. I was still a little bit wet, so I was waiting a bit for it to dry enough to like, properly put it on. I think I did now. Yeah. So this is like a sort of like black brown leaning with a like blue teal reflect. Good explanation. And then I want to use some more shades. I want to use the shade Hope, which is this greenish shade, and I'm gonna put that right on top of the inner half of the eye. Yeah. And like slightly there as well. Why? I have no clue, because I want to use more shades. And then I'm going to take the shade Wings, which is like a silvery green, and put that in the inner corner. Like the inner third of the eye. No! I accidentally touched the gold. And slightly in the inner corner as well. Although I already regret that because it looks really dark on the inner corner. So let's kind of clean that out. Okay. And now I'm going to take, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lower lash line brush. Well, it's not a lower lash line brush. It's a smudge brush, but I use it mainly and only to do lower lash lines. And I'm going to take the shade Wisteria and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line. Quite thick, so you can really see the shade. Me, this morning, I'm not going to use the Rose Quartz palette because it's going to be too purple, and purples and greens don't go together. Me, an hour later, putting on bright purple on my lower lash line. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put it in the inner corner and then connect. which I don't really ever do this, so this is kind of experimenting for me. And it kind of scares me, but you know, we're trying something new. Okay, looks quite nice. Nice. Okay, what I do want to do, since I put on such a thick lower lash line, I really want to put on a liner on my top lashes. Also because, you know, it's Christmas, let's do something fun or a little bit more bold. So, what can we put on? Oh, I know what I want to put on. I'm gonna take my Stila liner. This is a Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Moss, and it's kind of like a dark, deep green. And I like this shade a lot, next to the fact that it just lines the eyes without it, you know, you having to be too precise, because it's not black and it kind of blends into the eyeshadow that I'm wearing. See what I mean? It's more defined, but it's easy to apply, because if it's a black, you can kind of immediately see every mistake you made, and this blends into the shadow much more. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye. I'm not the best at liner, so I'm always going to be very quiet probably when I'm applying liner, because, you know, I really feel like I have to put all my focus into getting a straight and perfected line. Okay, now the only thing that that seems a lot darker. Wait. Yeah, that's better. This is dragging down a little bit more, so let's open that up. That's better. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, why doesn't this look even? I'm gonna take that same blending brush, and what I'm going to, I'm gonna take an empty blending brush, and I'm going to blend, you know, a little bit of the eyeshadow on the topper part of the eye, because I feel like some of these shimmers kind of like look patchy because of the glitter glue. Ooh, almost dropping my mirror. Yeah, I think this is a lot better blended wise. Now I'm gonna put on some mascara. Again, I think I'm gonna layer today, so I'm gonna first put on this Essence 24-hour something Define Volume Mascara. Gonna let that sit for just a second to do the other eye. And then I'm going to layer the Rare Beauty one on top. So this is layer 1. And then this is going to be layer 2. Just going to give it just that extra oomph. See, it's just a little bit more black, a little bit more there, and a little bit more. Pull together. That's what it looks like. I feel like it looks uneven on camera, but okay. So, I'm gonna tell you what I used today. So, I used this, and then this, and then this. Then this all over the lid, this on the inner half, this on the inner quarter, inner third, And then this all over the lash line and in the inner quarter. And now we're going to choose a lipstick shade. Okay, I want to use one of the lip products from my chopping block pile. I'm currently decluttering, but I'm going to upload probably the declutter videos like after my 31 days because it's going to be a little bit much if we do both. So that's why I'm not uploading these right now. So I have my chopping block pile here. I think I'm going to use the ABH Stevie matte lipstick, which looks like this. It's a little bit dark, but it's not as dark as some of the others. That's pretty. I like that. So this is almost done now. This is what the itchy nose. This is what the finished look looks like. Let's do a roundup of this palette. Oh, I didn't realize I used 2 ABH products. So this is the ABH matte lipstick in Stevie, and I obviously used the ABH Nouveau palette. Can we just say this look is really pretty? Is it the most outstanding palette that I've used up until now in these 31 days? No, but it is a good, decent palette. It is not decent. It is a good palette. I really enjoy the color story. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I really like the add of the purple, and the shimmers really excite me. I haven't used all the shimmers that I'm excited to use actually, so I am curious to use this some more. I love the packaging. I love the whole outside of it. And I like the shades a lot. I love a good grungy green. And I do have to say that we were talking about the grungy green formula in the Give Me Glow palette, or like grungy green formulas all over in that video about Give Me Glow Juicy Olive palette. And I do have to say that this has like a brownie cream shade, but it's not like, it doesn't look as muddy on me. And so I'm happy about that, because this is a more like neutral grungy green color story to me, but it does work really well, and it's not muddy, or like, I worked from light to dark and it actually turned out great. So that's a very good thing. So if you like this color story, or if you want to try something different, I definitely recommend this palette. If you're on a budget, and especially if this color story is not really calling to you, I definitely not buy it. I mean, it is an expensive palette, so what I would always recommend is waiting until it's on sale, and then buying it on sale if you like the color story. I do have to admit though that this is, I think, something that makeup lovers buy more than just beginners, because it's kind of a different color story. So if you're doubting this color story, if you're like, oh, it looks pretty, but I don't know if it's totally me, I would go in some store. Like, you have a lot of stores that carry this palette. Look at the palette in real life, and then decide if you want to buy it. And I think that's something that I want to tell you before we end this video about any palette. I want to own and keep palettes that excite me. So if it's a palette that I think like, I don't really ever use this much, but when I look at a color story, I'm like, oh yes, I need to use that. That is the palette I want to keep. And if it's a palette that kind of makes me feel nothing or like meh, then it's a palette that I might declutter, because I want to feel about palettes the way I feel about this one and some other ones that I used in this 31 days. So if you like this color story, or if you're interested in it, or if you really like the ABH formula and you want to collect all of them, because I know there are people like that out there, I definitely recommend this. If you don't like anything color, so if you're only into neutrals, I don't think this might be the palette for you, because you have like one more orangey gold and one more like grungy gold, and then like these three matte shades, these two, and then this one. And this is sort of neutral, but like there's not many neutrals in here. But if you are into neutrals but kind of want to get out of your comfort zone and you like a greenish leaning look, this could definitely be for you. So ending on that, I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to thank you for joining me again and joining me during the Christmas days. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to stay tuned for more videos. And don't forget to like and comment if you liked this video. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!